a council of governors, magavana ambao wako na sisi leo, leader of majority kwa bunge letu, MPs, MCAs, other government officials with us today, my colleagues in the security sector, wananchi watukufu. Your Excellency, I would like first to thank you most sincerely for bringing us together to discuss this worrying and disturbing matter. Mheshimiwa Naibu Rais, pahali tumefika, enough is enough. Ulevi kusema ukweli umezidi. We are not careful, we are going to lose our generation. We are not careful, tutakuwa na naibu rais ambaye ni mlevi. We are not careful, tutakuwa na inspector general anakuja hapa ni mlevi. Tutakuwa na CS wakati unakuja ambaye ni mlevi. Enough is enough. Your Excellency, I wish to declare my interest. I know last evening I talked to my CS. Akaniambia tumeitwa kule Nyeri kuongea mambo ya ulevi. Sasa kwa nini tuache watu wa nyumbani kule, na shinda ni kubwa zaidi? Na ndio sababu tumeita County Police Commander wa Embu yuko hapa. County Commander, Police Commander wa Tharaka Nithi yuko hapa. Uko shida ni kubwa. County Police Commander wa Meru yuko hapa, including the Regional Police Commander wa Eastern. Kwa sababu tulisema mambo ya Mount Kenya yanazungumzwa, kwa nini tuachwe nje? Yale mazuri yanatoka huko, hata sisi tuwe pale. Mheshimiwa Makamu Rais, na nilikutajia pale asubuhi, nikienda kule nyumbani kwetu, ulevi, vijana wamelewa kabisa. Ilibidi juzi niweke 10 au walevi nizungumza nao, wamelewa. Waona kijana ni mdogo miaka 20 amenona kabisa, uso umefura, na ni pombe tu. Sasa nikauliza, huu levi si hata hiyo ini yako utachoma? Your Excellency, nilikuwa nakueleza, mmoja aliniambia, wewe Inspector General, mambo ya ini yangu sitaje. Huyo liver akae kando, ninyo pombe ipite. Kwa nini huyo liver anakuja kwa barabara ya pombe? That is how far. That is how bad things are. We can't continue that way. Enough is enough. Na sita simama hapa kama Inspector General to be on the defensive. Nikiangalia hapa naona uniform imejaa hapa. Na mimi naongea kwa niaba ya wale wote from the security sector. Tuko wengi hapa. Kusema ukweli, hatuta kujaribu kusema sisi ni wasafi. Sisi ni kama pamba. Tukubali, tusiwe on the defensive. Iko shida. Na si vizuri tushinde hapa kuongea. Wenzangu, tumeleta Deputy President hapa, tumeleta magavana wameketi hapa tangu asubuhi mpaka saa huu, hawa wananchi wote. Then once we leave here, there is no action. It can't happen. Your Excellency, we have the WhatsApp forum now, commanders. I told them part of their performance contract with me, the pale kila asubuhi wana post jana zile raid walifanya ya pombe. Wana post kwa WhatsApp group picha. Naona. But we are not doing enough. We are not doing enough. Officers wenzangu in uniform, hata kama iko tunasema we are independent, hapana, iko interdependence. Na all the elected officials wale wako hapa. I've asked my officers to work with the elected officials. They have no option. They must work with you. Kwa sababu, county police commander hapa can be transferred. But can we transfer Governor Kaiga? So if you don't work with the governor here, although atusemi naye governor akishika walevi, wewe police officer ukishika regional commander, ukishika walevi wamejaa kwa seli, mimi najua governor atakupigia simu achilia. Na hiyo tukubaliane, elected officials. Kwa sababu hii kazi tutaifanya. Na maofisa wengu tumekubaliana. I told the deputy president this morning, and I'm not threatening anybody. Najua kuna mengine tutazungumza kule baadaye, lakini we are not going to transfer a problem. If you are OCS Kiamariga, pale bangi imezidi, na ulevi umezidi, why do I transfer you to Kirinyaga? Is that the right thing to do? I'm transferring a problem. Aya, kazi lazima tufanye. Residency tumekuwa accused, tunachukua vitu kule. Na labda ni vizuri deputy president yako hapa. OCS ila mailetea IG kitu, labda mnaenda mkurokota kule mkisema mnapelekea nani huko juu. Yule mailetea mimi hapa, county commander, OCPD, regional commander wao kuniletea. Your Excellency wapiga saluti, simama wapiga saluti, Your Excellency yaone. Waniletea kitu. Kwa hivyo wakati wanashika kule na kuachilia, hiyo ni shida yao. Na kila mtu atabeba msalaba wake. I'm not threatening anybody. Because we must, mimi CS wangu waja niuliza kitu. Hako hapa. Hakuna siku ameuliza kitu. His Excellency amenipatia uhuru wa kufanya kazi. And maofisa wenzangu, mimi nitasema mbele ya umati, mko na serikali ambayo inawasikiza. Mlikuwa mmenyang'anywa kwa mambo ya licensing ya bunduki, civilian firearm licensing. His Excellency amerudishia. Yule sawa na license ni officer mwenzenu. Jana tu Coast Guard ilikuwa na commanded na retired military officers. Jana tu His Excellency appoint a police officer asimamie awe director general wa Coast Guard. Juzi tu bilioni 20 zimetolewa, mnapata vifaa, bunduki nzuri, ndege za kupigana na wakora wa North Rift. What am I saying? There is a lot of goodwill from the government. Mshahara unatengenezwa. Na mimi najua wakati His Excellency anafunga hiki kikao, mimi najua haya tataja tu. Mambo ya haya tataja, very soon mfuko utakuwa mzuri and you'll be running to the bank kwenda kuweka kitu. So serikali inaangalia maslahi ya maofisa. Ours, we have a responsibility to give back by serving wananchi wetu watukufu. Ruaka imekuwa kila pahali, Ruaka, Roysambu. Ni ukweli. We have foreigners wamejaa pale Roysambu, wanauza drugs and they are known. Deputy President atuambia saa wakati anakuja hapa alitumua nambari ya gari ya polisi ambayo inalokota pesa. Your Excellency, am I talking too much or? But aliniambia mimi nikiwa kwa ndege, mwananchi wa hapa Nyeri alinitumia namba ya polisi ambaye naenda mahali fulani kuchukua nini? Kurokota kitu. That will not take you anywhere. That is custody money. Therefore, Your Excellency, mine is to assure you that we are committed. This is a fight we must win. ulevi huwezi endelea. I know there is also another conversation about even ulevi ambayo inaruhusiwa na hata imekuwa too much. Tunaona kwa barabara baa ziko all the highways, na wamezoea kuweka flat huko, watu wanakaa juu kule juu. Sasa unapata mwanaume anakaa kwa pale weightlifting from Friday to Sunday, just weightlifting. I mean, we can't continue this way. Therefore, this is a conversation, Your Excellency, which must continue. This drunkenness, lazima tutaacha. Otherwise, mine is too usual, and may God bless you. Lakini Your Excellency, niruhusu ni introduce huyu DIG is a day old. And he has instructions to hit the ground running. Come, Bwana Kanja. Your Excellency, tunakushukuru kwa kutupa huyu generali. He is a long-serving officer, wealth of experience, and we know him as a person of integrity. Kwanza hiyo vita ya kupigana na pombe, public safety iko kwake. Hii ni siku yake is it ya pili? So can you a commitment, your commitment, personal commitment?
Your Excellency, our Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, all the governors present, members of Parliament and National Assembly, MCAs, the leadership of the National Police Service headed by the IG, and all the officers present here, good afternoon. To start with, my name is Douglas Kanja Kirocho, formerly the Commandant General Service Unit, and right now the Deputy Inspector General in charge of the Kenya Police Service. First of all is to appreciate our President for favoring me and appointing me the Deputy Inspector General. I'm happy about that. In charge of around 75,000 officers who are responsible in the profession of security within our republic to ensure that we have peace and security. We cannot have peace and security when half of the republic is drunk. Our CS was categorical and clear. We have three major challenges. Number one, terrorism. Number two, bandit, cattle rustling. And now number three is alcoholism and the drug abuse. The first two have been dealing with terrorism, cattle rustling, and bandits. That have actually been my field of specialization. Remember, I was the operations commander in Dusit when the Republic was attacked. I went there, I worked for 19 hours together with others, and we were successful. We ensured that we liquidated the terrorists, and we were able to save 1,200 Kenyans and other nationalities who are trapped in the Dusit buildings. I've been deployed in Bonny down there when there were real troubles of terrorism. Right now, Lamu area, coastal region are quiet. Northeastern is quiet. We are operating in North Rift right now, dealing with the bandits. And I want to assure you, Your Excellency, that it's just a matter of time. That area will be quiet, like any other areas within this republic. Now, I'm going to deal now with the issues of drugs, alcoholism. And for your information, I happen to come from this county. I've been born here, brought up here, educated in this county. My people are here, my family, my friends, and everybody else is here. I am pained by what we are seeing here. My small shopping center, half of them are drunks. So it's a big challenge. but we are equal to the task. I want to assure you, Your Excellency, that we are going to walk this journey together with others and everybody of goodwill. At the end of the day, we are going to succeed because we have even succeeded where things were very thick. Even this one, I want to assure you that we are going to succeed. Our fellow officers, I count on you to support us so that we can be able to eradicate this menace. We will be having separate discussions so that we can be able to see how best we can be able to deal with these issues. As our IG has said, internally we have our own problems. We are going to address those problems so that we can be able to also move forward. And with those few remarks, let me say thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, our new Deputy Inspector General, KPS, for giving us a lot of hope and encouragement. I now wish Your Excellency, the Deputy President, to call upon the Acting Director General, Kenya Revenue Authority, Madam Roslyn Simiyu, to give us her remarks. Let's give her a round of applause as she comes. Karibu sana, Madam.
Your Excellency, Deputy President, CS Interior, our governors, all governors present, all PSS present, our IG, all our leaders in various sectors of government, in the political sphere, and even our religious leaders, good afternoon. Your Excellency, allow me to make a small correction. I think I've just been baptized by the MC. He called me Roslyn, but I am Rispa. So just following on the concerns of the day and very many sentiments that have been shared here. Your Excellency, you started by actually setting the right tone and saying that we are not here to point fingers and it's not a blame game. But I think, as the IG has actually said, where there is a problem, it is important to start by acknowledging that there is a problem. When we look across our country and we step back, even in our space as Kenya Revenue Authority, what is our role? Beyond just that core mandate that we have called upon to do of collecting, mobilizing revenue to keep the wheels of this government, of our government running. When you look at this space on the subject at hand that we are discussing today, Your Excellency, we do license excise manufacturers. And as it is now, we do have just about 55 licensed manufacturers, excise manufacturers, of which about 44 are operational. And when we talk about excise manufacturers, we're talking about alcohol manufacturers and cigarette manufacturers, who are just largely two. But what we continue to see, Your Excellency, is that there's an upshoot of, I would call them quote-unquote manufacturers in every corner of our country. And I will not belabor the point because that has been pointed out before. Your Excellency, from where we sit, one of the key issues we have seen is the concern around illicit ethanol. Illicit ethanol and sometimes even industrial chemicals are being used to manufacture these alcoholic products. And this is what is damaging our society. Your Excellency, when you look at this illicit ethanol, for starters, and to me I would say perhaps it also goes back to lack of patriotism, and perhaps in some instances, greed to make a quick buck. Why? In looking at the cost of excise in our country, or rather cost of excise in the region. Tanzania, our neighbors, the excise on ethanol is actually 0. So there's actually no excise on ethanol. Ethanol, which is the core ingredient that is used to manufacture alcohol. Across, on the other side, Uganda, it is about 79 shillings per liter, plus or minus. If you look in Kenya, it is about 356 shillings per liter. Your Excellency, that starts by saying that just by the realization that we know that the underlying ingredient is costly, you have people bringing the illicit one across the country or from across the borders and using it, and of course, even adulterating it and creating something that is more lethal. As it is now, we are working with the National Treasury to just find a way and a break-even point on the matter of excise, because as the majority leader rightly said, that an increase in taxes is not necessarily, an increase, in excise does not necessarily end up with increase in revenues. So we have so many people sprouting, whereas we even have manufacturers of alcohol who are licensed, and rightly so. The same licensed alcohols are running parallel operations. Your Excellency, ethanol is a problem. 2, and as been said by a previous speaker, low fines and penalties. Both even within our acts, and that is something we are reviewing, and beyond. Thirdly, again, and we acknowledge this, that sometimes we have worked very well with other arms of government, DCI, NIS, and when we agree on a crackdown, unfortunately, information goes beyond us, before us. By the time you get there, you find a different conversation. In some instances where we have actually confiscated these products, we actually put them in some of our designated warehouses. But when you go to pick them as evidence to produce before court, in some instances, Your Excellency, you find them missing. So, whereas the partnership is there, and I think the IG, I appreciate what you've said, that partnership needs to go a notch higher. Your Excellency, in some instances, it gets worse, where we have diligent officers who are doing their job, but because of these unscrupulous people, they are threatened. Their lives are threatened, their families are threatened. So again, it goes back to our patriotism. Your Excellency, I also admit that there could be an issue. There's an issue of information awareness. We have a product on the stamps, on these illicit products. We call it track and trace. So we have the stamps, both paper and digital. Unfortunately, again, we acknowledge and we are aware that there are also parallel concerns running parallel stamps. So what we have done is have an app that we call Soma Label. If you download this app called Soma Label, you're able to put it on the stamp, whether digital or paper, and it can actually tell you whether that product is genuine or not. Question is, how many of us then are keen to do that? How many have the capability to do that? Or is it that our society has deteriorated to the extent that all people want is a quick fix? What is in the content doesn't matter. So, Your Excellency, it goes back to patriotism. We are different leaders with different capabilities and in different offices, just calling upon us to speak one language. Because for KRA, we are spread across the country. We have a division of 5 staff that cover across the country. If you look at Central and its environs, we have presence in Nyeri, Embu, Meru, and Thika. We are working on expanding our operations, but we cannot be everywhere at the same time. So calling again on that whole of government approach to move together as one team. Your Excellency, Waswahili wanasema kila soko lina mwenda wazimu wake. And it means right from the home, in our offices, in our spaces, we will not stand here and say we are clean. But it means the important thing is to accept and realize there is a problem. And for that, we truly appreciate this event, this bringing together like-minded people, so that then we can have a sharing of minds and ideas, and of course, speak from the general public. What can we do better? What can we do differently? Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. We apologize for missing out the proper name. Thank you very much. Our last in a series of the speakers, I want to call upon the Managing Director, KEBS, retired Colonel Bernard Jiraini. Please let's give him a applause as he comes.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, the Cabinet Secretary, Interior, Professor Kidhule Kidiki, the Chair of the Council of Governors, the Chair of the National Parliament Majority Leader, Governors, Permanent Principal Secretaries present, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. My name is Lieutenant Colonel retired Bernard Jiraini. I'm the Managing Director, Kenya Bureau of Standards, the agency that is responsible for governing and maintaining standards in the Republic of Kenya. Our overall objective is generally to enhance the business competitiveness through standards and quality. We are therefore there to ensure that we develop the standards that are appropriate for the products that we consume, so that we can ensure we sustain safety. In addition to that, we are also the custodians of the national standards. All the measures that are there in the country are also entrusted on KEBS to ensure that we have traceability to international systems of units. And the regulatory work that we also do is to ensure that we inspect all goods coming from abroad to ensure they also meet the standards that we have all agreed. And also, we go out there to ensure manufacturers also are able to manufacture within the parameters that we have agreed. Our scope is wide, and therefore we work with all stakeholders. When it comes to development of standards, and I'm very delighted that all the leaders that have spoken before here have made their commitment to this call by His Excellency the President, that we need to eradicate alcoholism and illicit alcohol. We have developed over 20 standards jointly in Kenya and at the East African level. As you know, for us to be able to trade with our partner states, we have to harmonize our standards. We have all these standards that are there to guide us, to ensure that whatever we are making, whatever we are importing, is in compliance to these standards. I would like to say from the very onset that we have explored various ways and means to accommodate those that probably need to take alcohol. We have developed a standard for Chang'an. There is a standard for Chang'an. And the essence for that was to try to bring on board formalized establishments or farms that can be able to manufacture in an organized, structured way where we have control measures so that we do not have illicit or toxic Chang'an.